What's up, guys? Today I'm actually kind of excited. The little 70 coolster is going to be getting overhauled. And what do we have here, boys? Here we have an unknown year. Actually, the guy that I bought it from didn't tell me the year, but this is a 110 SSR pit bike. So what we did here is we went and picked this bad girl up for $400 off of Marketplace. So with that being said, I ended up getting rid of my other black pit bike, the other 110cc that had the big garage stickers on it and stuff. That one went bye-bye. We sold that for $600 and we picked this up for $400. So what the hell, that's hell of an upgrade. Can't be any more happier with that. But when I'm riding it, I'm like, you know, maybe the bars could be a little taller. And I think the same thing about the 70cc. So what we went ahead and did is picked ourselves up some Pro Taper bars, and then without the bars, obviously you need the grips. This one actually needed a whole new throttle cable. I was having problems like this. If you would twist it wrong, it would actually pull the throttle and you'd have, it's just going. So we picked up a new twist throttle with the Pro Taper grips on it already, and then we went ahead and picked up a whole new plastic kit for this thing. So with that being said, let's start taking shit off and let's just jump right into it. Over here on the SSR, we have already changed the handlebar holders, I guess you can call them. And I changed them out. These are taller, brought the bars up a lot more. Amazon was faster than fasterminis.com where I got those. And yeah, I mean, it raised it up a lot. Those bars are only a ½ inch taller, ½ inch wider than these, but still, I mean, Pro Taper, come on, and there still is going to be a difference, so it's going to be worth putting them on. This is a really goofy setup. I'm sure everybody that has a pit bike already probably knows this, but I just really hate it that the bolts for this are not just attached to the bike. So you gotta hold the nut underneath. Yeah, I guess that's what I meant. The nut's not attached to the fork. So you gotta hold the nut on the bottom while you twist the Allen wrench on the top, and it's like, bro, you know? Just adds a little bit to it. But I'll get back to you guys when I have all these bolts loose. Okay, we've loosened all of our bolts, so we can go ahead and slide this off like so. That just comes out like that. Twist those around. Probably 100 times better ways of doing this, but here we are. Risers off, and I already had went prior to doing this. I had loosened all this stuff up already. Maybe not the throttle. So yeah, I'll have to gotta grab a flathead for the throttle. Jesus. We're back with our flathead. Loosen these bolts up just a smudge. Figure we're literally just stripping that. No more screwdriver, boys. We got the drill. Impacts out. Yeah, that's that. Boom, boom, done, done, shakalaka. So this whole girl comes off like that. Just lay that down. This will slide right off. That down. This should be the fun one. Oh, that's a lot easier than I anticipated. We don't need that anymore. And last but not least, the kill switch. which is zip tied to the handlebar, but we're still gonna just deal with it. Here we go. And just like that, the bars are off. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so we have our bars here. We ordered these off of fasterminis.com. Zero sponsor.
Zero sponsor.
We just wanted new bars, and that was the place to get it. So,
No sponsor soon.
yeah, they'll see this video and be like, damn, this guy's so cool. I don't know, maybe. But
Close up.
here we are. I love the black in the middle. It's gonna be spicy. Rip that off, we don't need that. Is this a sticker? Did we get a Pro Taper sticker? It's not a sticker. But anyways, yeah. Here we have it. These are the bars. Let's slap them on. This is gonna add some spice, boys. I'm excited. I don't know why there's not grooves on here. They don't groove these. I don't assume you do it yourself, so I mean, I'm kind of just gonna run it, I guess. I can't knock it till I try it, right? I can't say it's stupid unless I try it and it doesn't work, and then I can call it stupid. So, again, I'm sure there's probably 100 other ways to do this, and I probably picked the hardest way to do it. That's okay. We got nothing but time today. Alright, look at that, boys. A little spicy. Come on. She's gonna look good. I messed up on the grips, boys. I bought these grips because they looked a lot more faded, I guess you could say.
Well, if this wasn't so faded.
Yeah, if this wasn't so faded, it would match it great, but oh my lord, boys. I mean, this is what it originally looked like, and I mean, it's still not even exactly perfect, but that's...
And since he's gone blue on this,
Yeah.
I told him to go on orange grips. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to throw them on there. Call him out, guys.
I might just actually throw...
Let's see it in the comments.
Dude, I might put the red grips on there. Like the red and black grips on here. But this is just ain't cutting it.
Red and black. Oh.
But then Harry wouldn't have grips.
Yeah, but he would look good because it's got all the red accents on it.
I'd just give Harry these ones. Like, he has the blue and black ones right now. But aside from all the yapping about the grips, I'm gonna go ahead and just throw the bolts back in that, and when I have the bars tightened up and I'm gonna put the strip back on, I'll turn the camera back on. Boys, I'm so geeked up right now. I know it's hard to tell because the camera's like pointed at what I'm doing and not me, because you know, dirt bike's the focus of attention right now, but I am so excited. The bars are right where they need to be, and they look amazing.
He's gripped up.
I'm bricked up. Honestly, dude, for only being a ½ inch wide and ½ inch, it's fucking a lot different. Okay, boys, we're all tightened down, and I can't put myself to put those orange grips on there. So these are the old grips from the 70cc, and honestly, they match ridiculously good for some reason. So I'm glad I found a home for these, but that's where these are gonna go, is on here. So I'm gonna go ahead, toss all this stuff on, get all this all buttoned up, and I'll get back to you guys. All right. Well, there we have it. We have the Pro Taper bars on the SSR. I just need to zip tie this back up somewhere, like yonder. And yeah, she looks nice. Feels great. The old grips off the coolster, kind of funny that they match so great, but I was not throwing these blaze orange grips on there. I just couldn't do it. We're not returning the grips either. They're only like $10 a crack, so if something happens to anybody else's grips or something, they can just toss them on. But, like I was saying, that's it for the SSR. Now let's go full focus on the coolster. Bars, plastic, new throttle cable. It's got this fancy white braided line going on. yeah, she's gonna look good. I'm excited. But for right now, I'm gonna have a drink before I do all that, and then we're gonna get going on the coolster. What's up, guys? So I know that this doesn't make much sense because it's probably been almost half a month since I ended this video randomly of us doing the bar risers on the 110 SSR. Well, we didn't do the bar risers, those were already on there. We changed the bars. And then the grips. I think that was all we did on this. We broke the plastic here in the meantime. We put a sticker over that. We don't talk about that, move on. So we're on to the 70cc. We have all the parts laying on the ground still. We have the blue plastics. We have the throttle cable with the twist up and the bars. So we have all that shit. And then that's all got to go on here. Harrison Kane just rolled up.
Harrison Kane.
There we go. All these bitches be wanting my children. Harrison Kane. So, on a side note, little tiny Tyler
Let's go.
picked up a fucking 250.
That thing's huge, dude.
Yamaha. Just a fucking ripper. So we ended up getting access to a public dirt bike track. Correction, not public at all. Kind of. If you know the guy, it's public, but it's private. And he pretty much lets anybody he'll let anybody in the area ride it, just as long as you sign a waiver and you know you gotta be a friend of a friend. But yeah, so we've been going to rip that track, and that's why Tyler upgraded to that big dirt bike, because we've been just ripping our mini dirt bikes on it. I really want to bring the camera and take a video there one day. I just want to get more comfortable before I make myself look like an idiot on the GoPro, hitting these fucking, trying to hit doubles and hitting tabletops on my little ass fucking dirt bike. So yeah, but all right, now let's get going, taking the little bike apart. All right, so we did end up pulling the exhaust off, took the heat wrap off. This piece looks really nice still. A little dent here. Tried fixing it, but whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna wire wheel this and hit it with some high temp paint, just a little bit, header paint, and yeah, should look way better. Hopefully it doesn't take too much because there's not much in here. All right, so Tyler brought his pressure washer over, so we pressure washed old girl. She's looking cute. She's nice and shiny. So we took the exhaust off and wire wheeled it. We found a little something. If the camera's picking it up, it's kind of black right here. Maybe it's just my little camera screen. You guys might be able to see it. There's a crack going along this weld. It's pretty bad. I could text Pa White, tell Pa White about it, but my neighbor Bobby just got home. I could also ask Harry. You could run it right down to Harrison Kane's house and he could fix it. But we're probably gonna throw that on the back burner for now because it does need to get welded, and I can totally put it on after the plastic's around. It's not a big deal. So we're gonna just keep on moving forward. But I am happy that I found that because that's not good. It's not good. Let's grab our new plastics and let's see what these bad doggies look like. Hardware, let's go. Okay, so my camera died when we were doing the time lapse of the plastics. Super sad. But the new plastics are on, and I went ahead and ran over to my neighbor's house and dropped them off the muffler, because it had that big crack in it like you guys seen. So he's gonna go ahead and weld that up instead of me running all the way across town to my dad's house, which is literally like 10 minutes. But look at Ricky driving the blaster. Dude, it was like midnight and we were all fucking drunk. We grabbed Ricky's engine on the table here, as you guys probably seen in the last couple videos. It's just been tore apart on the counter. We literally just slapped it together, straight up, boom, boom. Was done in an hour. We made a piston compressor out of sheet metal. I don't know where it is, but I know where the sheet metal is. I could show you guys what we made it out of. We just made it out of this, wrapped the piston around it, like pretty much like this, squeezed it together with the vice grips, pounded it in. It would have been one hell of a video, but there's no way I would have fired up a video drunk like that. But yeah, I just really wanted to tell you guys that for some reason. Blaster's ripping, plastics are on. Let's go! We have our throttle loose, our brake is loose. I went ahead and took the whole backing of the kill switch off to take this off. Oh, I'm down a little blow. But I took the whole backing of this off because this grip was a little tight and I might put these bars back on it if I sell it. So we're gonna go ahead and just climb underneath here. I am gonna climb a little bit. Sorry about the fan noise, boys. It's a little warm up in here. A little tainty. Rick, get this action.
You got it facing towards me.
Yeah, I did.
Was that an accident?
Yeah, I think so. But okay, so I'm just gonna take these bolts out. And these bars should either fall off or fall forward, one of the two. There we go.
I think that number plates sandwiched in between them. So let's keep it there.
Keeping her hanging. So, oh, that's sandwiched in the bars or what? Yeah. I don't even think I needed to take the top off. Well, we did it anyways for cleaning purposes. All right, so all that's off. That comes off. This comes off. And actually, since we have that in the bag, this comes all the way down. You take this off at the top of the carburetor. You're gonna pull the needle and everything, and that just comes right up. Just like that. That's actually pretty easy to change. I mean, I already knew that, but I'm just saying that for you guys. But I watched my buddy Fisher put his Pro Taper one on his fucking SSR. They made him do, you have to take like the whole thing apart. You gotta take like this whole unit apart. All this has to come apart. So I gotta do that still. But I'm gonna go ahead, swap these bars out, and then before I put everything back together, I'll get back in touch with you guys. We threw the fender on, the number plate on. It just bends over, clips in, bars push down on it, tightens all up. But we are over here. We're gonna grab the old throttle cable. Disregard that. And you just have to push down on the spring. Cable comes out, drops out like so. Grab this spring, top hat to the carb, and the protective sleeve. And you just swap it over to the other one, just like that. The new one's put together. We have the top hat of the carburetor back in. Cable's all hooked up. It's all ran to here. Let me get this. Let me get the tripod set up. That's all. Wing, 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 wing. Just grab a handful. Wing, wing. Pincher. All right. So now what we can do is get the handlebars mounted, get everything back on it, kill switch, whatnot. So let's do that right now. We are going to slide the brake back on. Slide the throttle cable on. I think the cable goes over the brake. I can't remember. Like that, I believe. Yeah, that looks about right to me. This back here, pop that in. And then we're gonna definitely have to cut the plastic here on this piece to get it to fit with the bars. So let me do that quick. All right, we cut the piece. We actually cut a little bit too much on the front, to be honest. And now the front number plate is a little broken, but whatever, life goes on. Look at this snazzy little girl, boys. So we can go ahead, throw some grips on now. One's bigger than the other, if you guys didn't know. One is for throttle side. Let's go. And one is for not throttle side. Those fit on there good. Our kill switch is here still. That just goes there. Throw the back on it. Grab the screws, screw back on. Stellar. So the reason why we don't have the plastics back on yet is because we're waiting for Bobby, my neighbor. He is welding up my exhaust, but he just got back from up north, so I'm giving him some time. But that's the gist of it. That looks kind of nice, eh, boys? Look at that. She's a peppy little girl now. She looks fucking crispy. Almost made me regret buying the black right away. Black is kind of boring. This kind of looks spicy. My camera shut off. I was in the middle of yapping about the exhaust. Freshly painted, and we're gonna go ahead and throw that bad boy back on. All right, boys, what a better spot to rip off the plastics than in the sunset. It's kind of there. We'll take it. Oh, yes. I love to leave it on until I'm all done, because you never know, you know? What a beauty, boys. Put a little oil on the chain. She'll look gorgeous. Nice little pitty. Pro tapers, twist throttle, plastics, paint the exhaust, whole new machine. Throw pro tapers on the 110cc. Got the bar risers on there. Oh yeah, we put the foot pegs on here too. But honestly, that's gonna be it for today's video. I can't believe how this thing turned out. It's crazy. Plus she's a one kicker, boys. One kicker. Crazy. Honestly, I'm pretty sure that I've made up my mind that I'm gonna go ahead and post this up for 600 bucks. Firm, no ifs, ands, or buts. Drift quad's gonna get posted for $700. No ifs, ands, or buts. So we'll take 700 for this. Well, 700 for the drift quad. 600 for this. And then we're honestly gonna get ourselves like a CFR 125, maybe a 110. That's honestly what we're shooting around for. We want a bigger bike. We don't want to get rid of the 110 though. I love the SSR. Great platform, great bike. Never done me wrong. So it's like hard to just cut that right off. I mean, it doesn't really make sense to do that. So I don't see why I'd do that. But we go ahead, get rid of this little guy, get rid of the drift quad, get something bigger. We got money saved up too, so. And it's aside from the money for the Eclipse. But no, I'm not taking the money from this and spending it on the Eclipse. Doesn't work like that. But you guys know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content. And as always, have a nice night.